If you've ever been concerned about what others think of you, you probably know that you're not alone. Self-consciousness of the judgment of others is a feeling that I bet most everyone who's ever walked the earth has felt. Though it's something that we might naturally feel, is it possible for us to stop caring about what others think? I can't claim to have an answer to that overall question, but in this video we'll talk about how I've largely stopped caring about how others perceive me. Hey there friends, I'm Matt, a joyful human who's working to live life on purpose. On this channel we discuss how to live life more purposefully, more mindfully, and more effectively. Today, let's talk about the 3 main ideas that have helped me get over the judgment of others. The first concept is the spotlight effect, the tendency that we have to think that others are paying more attention to our words and actions than they actually are. There have been numerous studies that have shown that other people notice the clothes that we wear, the social blunders that we make, and the positive contributions that we add far less than we think that they do, if they even notice at all. Why is that? Well, for the most part, we're all at the center of our own universes. That self-absorption makes it so that we are almost always focused on our thoughts and actions, which leaves limited resources for us to be able to notice everything about those around us. Once I realized that most, if not all of us, are going through the same psychological phenomena at the same time, my self-consciousness started to melt away. I found that embarrassing statements that I made on work calls were often not noticed because people were thinking about what they were going to say or thinking about things going on in their personal lives. I reminded myself whenever I was editing videos that there was going to be nobody who was going to be reviewing the video nearly as closely as I was, so I shouldn't fret every single detail. Instead, I should just post it and move on. I also realized that even when I thought I killed it in a presentation or with work that I made, people would remember that praise and accomplishment for only a moment if they even recognized it at all. That helped me shift my mindset and my intentions so that I wasn't doing work in order to be able to get positive feedback from others, but instead I was doing it truly for the process itself. And the more that I practiced reminding myself that people did not notice or care what I was doing most of the time, the more automatic that became in my daily life. The first idea is the spotlight effect. The second idea that has helped me comes from Derek Sivers' book, Hell Yeah or No. Using his personal experience of being criticized online by a bunch of strangers after publishing a blog post about switching between different programming languages, he writes about how he got over that criticism. He realized the dichotomy between his public self and his actual self. When people judge, criticize, or praise our work or actions, it can be easy, maybe it's even natural for us to feel personal offense or pride at those statements. But we know that the natural reaction is oftentimes not the most effective reaction. People's comments, both the good and the bad, are about our public self, something that may look like us and has the same name that we have, but is a hollow, imperfect representation of who we truly are. Since people are commenting without the full picture of our lives, as no one is with us 24/7 and it's impossible for other people to get into our heads, their feedback is valuable to understand how the work that we produce is perceived, but it's not an accurate representation of who we truly are as people. There's another part of this idea though that's been even more impactful for me. Our public self represents what we choose to show to the world, while our actual self is who we know ourselves to be. Not only is it that people are commenting on my public self whenever viewing my work, they're also commenting on my public self anytime they're talking about me in any capacity. They're commenting on words and actions that I'm choosing to share with the world, which is always a sliver of my complete self. The second idea is that the public you is not you. The third and final idea comes from the book The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. He advises not to take the actions or words of others personally because nothing that anyone else does is ever because of us. It's always because of the person doing the action. We each live in our own minds, which are different worlds in and of themselves that no other person truly has access to. If we take what others say personally, we're presuming that someone knows our inner world, and/or we're imposing our beliefs on them. The first of which is impossible, and the second of which is a bit silly to do. Further, we only take the things that people say to and about us personally if we believe those things to be true. If someone calls me stupid, but I know that it's not true, I have no reason to take that statement to heart. Does the person really know me better than I know myself? Or are those words just representing how that person sees the world at that moment? My bet's on the latter. We are never responsible for the actions of others, only our own. Therefore, no matter the emotional poison that others spit out, it is our choice whether or not we are going to accept and believe those things. In almost all cases, both with criticisms and with compliments, I choose not to take them personally, instead trusting in my self-knowledge, which was earned through time spent in quiet and reflection. The third idea is to not take anything personally. These 3 ideas have changed the way that I react to the actions and opinions of others, and I think that they can do the same for you. Links to the books that I mentioned, as well as articles that have helped me, can be found in the video description. If worrying about the opinions of others has made it difficult for you to start creating, I encourage you to watch my video on the topic. That can be found on the end screen after this video. If this sort of content vibes with you, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button for more so that we can continue this journey together. Either way, I'm sending you lots of love today, my friends. I hope that today you have the best day ever. Bye now.